Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
Today, we're going deep into Celtic mysticism.
Ooh, fascinating.
But, and here's the twist,
Right.
we're not just digging into dusty history.
Right.
We're going to see how these ancient beliefs, actually matter to us today.
I like that angle.
Our guide is Tracie Long's book. It's called Celtic Mysticism, your personal guide to Celtic and Druid tradition.
Feels like a great resource.
Yeah, it's packed with insights, really gets you thinking.
I've always been drawn to, the whole Celtic thing, this resurgence of interest.
Right.
It makes you wonder, why now?
It does, doesn't it?
Maybe it's like a reaction to our modern world, this longing for, a deeper connection.
To something bigger.
Yeah, to nature, to the earth.
Makes sense. We're so plugged in, so disconnected at the same time.
Exactly.
So, okay, back to basics for a sec.
Sure.
Who are the Celts?
Well, not just one group, actually. Yeah, they were all these different tribes spread out over, Ireland, Scotland, Wales.
Wow, so all over.
Even parts of mainland Europe.
Really? I didn't realize.
But what linked them was this shared heritage. Culture, spirituality, all that.
Like their art, their language?
Definitely. And huge one, their reverence for nature.
Okay, yeah, heard about that.
Not just, oh, pretty sunset kind of
More
thing.
like deep respect.
Deep, yeah, like the natural world was filled with spirits. To them,
Wow.
everything had meaning.
Everything.
Trees, rivers, rocks, even the weather.
Like a spirit in the rain.
Totally.
That's, wow, so different from how we see things.
It's called animism.
Animism, okay.
And it created this sense of, humans and nature totally interconnected.
Not separate like we think now.
Nope, part of this giant living web.
Makes their perspective so unique.
For sure.
But how much do we actually know about their beliefs?
Good question.
It's all. Word of mouth, right?
Well, we have archaeology and some writings from the Romans and Greeks.
Okay, so some clues.
But the heart of it, their myths, their ritual,
Right.
that was passed down orally.
Wow. Imagine that.
Knowledge, not in books, but in stories, songs.
It'd be like a living, breathing thing.
Exactly.
Makes studying Celtic mysticism a real puzzle, huh?
Kinda, yeah, piecing it all together.
Fascinating. And speaking of keeping knowledge alive, we got to talk about the Druids.
Oh, absolutely.
Not just priests, right?
Nope, way more than that.
What else?
Judges, teachers, healers,
Whoa, multi-talented?
advisors to kings,
Yeah.
even
Oh.
basically the keepers of wisdom.
And their wisdom came from
Nature.
nature.
They studied the stars, the seasons, plants, animals, you name it.
Deep observers.
Yeah. And they used meditation, visualization
Oh, interesting.
to connect with the spirit world.
And sharpen their intuition, I've read.
Right.
I feel like that's something we could all use today.
Great.
With all the noise, the distractions.
That druidic way of deep listening, finding stillness, invaluable.
It's like they had the blueprint for mindfulness centuries ago.
I love that.
So we've got this picture, right?
Okay.
Celts, deeply connected to nature, guided by the Druids.
Yeah.
But what were the core beliefs driving it all?
Good question.
What made their mysticism unique?
Well, we talked about reverence for nature.
Right.
But it goes deeper.
Deeper how?
They believed that every element was spiritually significant.
Really? Every single thing.
Think of your favorite spot in nature.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
What do you feel there?
Like a sense of peace.
Exactly. To the Celts, places like that, they were alive with spirits, with power.
Wow, so it's not just about the pretty scenery.
It's still energy.
The energy, yeah. It's like they saw the world as this, giant energy field, right?
You got it. And the symbolism reflects that.
Oh, how?
Think of the Celtic tree of life.
With the roots and the branches?
Yeah, roots in the earth, branches reaching for the sky.
Powerful image.
Represents that connection between physical and spiritual, life and death, past, present, future.
Whoa, it's all in there. What about those, knots and spirals you see in Celtic art?
Oh, those are fascinating.
I love them, but never quite understood.
They represent the flow of energy,
Okay.
the cyclical nature of, everything.
Life, death, rebirth.
Exactly, like a reminder that nothing stays the same.
It's always changing.
Constant transformation.
Beautiful way to look at it. But how did these beliefs, actually play out in their lives?
Ah, good point.
Did they have rituals, practices?
They did, big time.
Like what?
They mark the year with these festivals.
Festivals, okay.
Honoring the Earth's cycles, the deities of each season.
I've heard about those.
We're going to dive deep into those next.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Samhain, Beltane, Imbolc, Ludum Sod.
Names are a mouthful.
but they each have such fascinating origins and meanings.
Looking forward to that. And I'm also really intrigued by this idea of sacred trees.
Ah,
I've heard Celts believed certain trees held special power.
they did for sure.
We'll unlock those secrets next and see if we can find that meaning today.
It's there, waiting to be discovered.
Can't wait.
Okay, so those Celtic festivals,
Yeah, let's get into those.
they weren't just like, yay, spring for the Celts.
More to it.
Way more. They were deeply spiritual.
Interesting. I'm really curious about Samhain, especially, since it's, tied to Halloween.
Ah, yes, Samhain.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrated October 31st. It marked the end of the harvest season
Okay.
and the start of the darker half of the year.
So like their new year, almost.
You could say that, yeah.
Yeah.
It was believed that at Samhain, the veil between worlds was thinnest,
Whoa, spooky.
allowing communication with spirits, ancestors.
Hence the whole Halloween connection. But it's more than just ghosts and stuff, right?
Oh, definitely. Samhain was a time for looking inward.
Introspection.
Yeah, letting go of the old, welcoming the new,
Mm-hmm.
and really honoring the dead.
Contemplating those big cycles, life and death.
Exactly.
That's pretty profound. What about Beltane then? What's that one about?
Beltane, that's May 1st. Think bonfires, maypoles, celebrations.
Sounds fun.
Very lively, yeah. Beltane was all about, like, fertility, growth, abundance.
Spring has sprung.
You got it. Celebrating life, love, the bounty of nature.
Okay, so end of harvest, start of summer.
Right.
What are the other two? Imbolc and Lunasad.
Ah, yes, those two. Imbolc, that's February 1st, beginning of spring. Time of hope, renewal. Like after the long winter, life stirring again.
Hitting the reset button.
Exactly. And Lunasad, August 1st, that's harvest time. Giving thanks for the first fruits, celebrating abundance.
Makes sense. So each one has its own energy, its own purpose.
Definitely.
Like a guide to, I don't know, staying in tune with nature's rhythms.
That's a great way to put it. And what's cool is people still celebrate these festivals.
Really?
Yeah, modern pagans, others who feel that Celtic connection.
So how can we today tap into that?
You don't need bonfires and maples necessarily.
Right.
Even small things can make a difference.
Like what?
Create a little altar at home, honor the changing seasons, eat seasonal foods, decorate with natural stuff, or just, be in nature. Reflect on each festival's themes.
Yeah, like bring those ancient rhythms into our busy lives.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Cool. And speaking of nature, let's get to those trees, the sacred ones.
Ah, yes. Trees were huge in Celtic culture.
Like literally huge, I guess.
Uh-huh. Well, yes, and symbolically.
Yeah.
They were strength, wisdom, longevity, and often seen as homes to spirits, deities.
Makes sense. Which ones were like the sacred trees?
The oak, top of the list, probably.
Yeah, I heard of that one.
Associated with strength, wisdom, endurance.
King of the Forest.
You got it. The oak was linked to the Dagda, too.
Who's that?
Powerful father god in Celtic mythology.
Interesting. What about the yew tree then? What was its deal?
The yew, that was more about death and rebirth.
Oh, okay.
Long-lived tree, often found in graveyards.
Makes sense.
So yeah, linked to the afterlife, that whole cycle.
Oak is strength. Yew is the circle of life and death.
Pretty much.
What about Rowan then? Heard that one's protection.
You heard right. Rowan was like warding off evil, protecting from harm.
Good to have around.
Planted near homes, places needing that extra safety.
So if I wanted to connect with these trees,
Yeah.
what would I do?
Simple things, spend time in nature, meditate among trees.
Okay.
Planting a tree is great too. Honor nature that way.
Could even plant one of these specific ones.
Absolutely. Oak, yew, rowan. Tap into that ancient symbolism, that tradition.
That's really cool. Makes you think we've got these bits of wisdom all around us.
We do.
Even in our own backyards, maybe.
Exactly. And remember the Celts, they saw everything connected.
Right, the web.
So connecting with trees is connecting with that whole web of life too.
Amazing. Okay, so festivals, trees, reverence for nature. But there's this whole other side to Celtic mysticism.
Yeah.
The gods and goddesses, the pantheon.
Yes, can't forget those. They're a fascinating bunch, lots of personality.
Tell me more. Who are the key players?
Well, we mentioned the Dagda, the father god, linked to the oak.
Right.
Often depicted like jovial, big club, cauldron that never empties.
Sounds like a good guy to have around.
Haha, for sure. Then there's Bridget,
Okay.
triple goddess, healing, poetry, smithcraft.
Whoa, triple goddess. What's that mean?
She embodies those three aspects of the divine feminine.
Okay.
Maiden, mother, crone.
Ah, right. Heard of that.
Bridget's powerful creativity, wisdom, compassion, all rolled into one.
What about the Morrigan? She's a warrior, right?
That's right, the Morrigan. War, fate, shapeshifting. That's her domain.
Shape-shifting war.
Often seen as a crow or raven,
Makes sense.
known for being fierce, protective.
Sounds a bit intimidating.
Can be, but also a powerful ally.
Okay.
She's that strength, that
Yeah.
resilience we all have inside.
So, father god, triple goddess, warrior goddess. Seems like a diverse crew.
Oh, it is. Each deity representing different parts of, being human.
What if we want to connect with them today?
Lots of ways. Create an altar for one, learn their myths, meditate on their qualities.
Like build a relationship with them?
Exactly. Get to know them. And you'll find some resonate more than others. That's natural.
And then what? How do we bring that energy into our lives?
You might call on Bridget for inspiration when you're being creative.
Okay.
Ask the Morgan for courage when facing something tough.
Like having a spiritual team on your side.
Exactly. And remember, they represent powerful energies. We can tap into them for growth, for empowerment.
That's really cool. Yeah, this is fascinating stuff. I feel like we're just scratching the surface.
We are, but that's the beauty of it. There's always more to discover. It's a journey.
And you can go at your own pace.
Exactly.
Speaking of journeys, I'm curious about this otherworld concept.
Ah, yes, the otherworld. It's this realm of magic, mystery. Spirits dwell there. Laws of nature are kind of suspended.
That sounds like a fairy tale.
It does, but to the Celts, it was very real. Access through dreams, visions, rituals.
What did they believe happened there?
Healing, transformation, spiritual growth. Connecting with ancestors, receiving guidance from the gods.
Powerful stuff.
It was, and still inspires people today, drawn to this spirituality.
If we wanted to connect with it, how would we even start?
Meditate on it. Picture its beauty, mystery.
Okay.
Explore Celtic myths about it. Even visit ancient sites linked to it.
So, using our imagination, opening ourselves up to, possibilities?
Yes, the other world represents those unseen realms, beyond our normal perception. Reminder that there's more to life than what we like, see, and touch.
I love that. Even in our world, magic and mystery still possible.
Absolutely, and that's what Celtic mysticism is all about. Rediscovering that magic, that mystery in nature, in ourselves, in those unseen realms.
So we've been on this journey exploring Celtic mysticism.
Yeah, using Tracie Long's book as our map.
It's amazing how much this ancient tradition, still speaks to us today.
It really does so much to offer.
We've uncovered their connection to nature,
The wisdom of the Druids.
their symbolism, their gods and goddesses.
It's like unearthing this treasure chest of ancient wisdom.
And the jewels inside are still shining bright. So for someone listening, feeling that connection,
Yeah.
where do they even begin?
Start with, honestly, just paying attention.
Yeah.
The Celts, they were masters of observation.
Right, always noticing.
The shifts in the seasons, bird song, the wind in the trees.
So put down the phone, step outside, be present.
Exactly. Take a walk, no headphones, just tune into your senses.
See, hear, smell, feel.
That's how they connected with the land.
And we can do that too.
Anywhere, anytime.
What about those Celtic practices we talked about?
Yeah,
Meditation, rituals, altars, can anyone try those?
absolutely. Even small things can make a difference.
Like what?
Light a candle when it's dark. Honor the sun's return.
Okay.
Keep some leaves, stones on your desk. Reminder of nature.
Yeah, those little touchstones.
Help us stay grounded amidst the chaos.
Exactly.
And remember, there's no one right way.
It's personal.
Find what feels authentic to your journey.
That's key. It's not about rules, it's about exploration.
Finding your own path. And you might even discover your own connection to the other world.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
That realm of magic the Celts believed in.
Right beyond our everyday perception.
What?
Love that idea. Magic and mystery still possible even now.
I believe so.
Before we wrap up, want to circle back to something.
Okay.
The Celtic ethical framework.
Yeah, that's important. Respect for nature, community, personal integrity. It wasn't just about the spiritual stuff. It was about how you lived.
How do we apply that today? World's kind of messy, climate change, injustice.
It's a lot.
How do we stay true to those Celtic principles even then?
I think they'd remind us even small actions matter.
Okay.
Plant a tree, volunteer, stand up for what you believe in.
Those ripple outwards.
They do.
And maybe most importantly, be kind.
Yes, to ourselves, each other, the planet.
Kindness, compassion, interconnectedness.
That's how we weave a better future.
That's the real lesson, maybe, of Celtic mysticism.
It could be.
It's amazing how this ancient tradition can still guide us.
Yeah, offer inspiration for more meaningful life.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I'm left feeling this sense of wonder, possibility.
It's out there. The Celts remind us we're part of something bigger.
That web of life.
Honoring that connection, listening to nature, living with intention, integrity, we tap into wisdom that's flowed for centuries.
That's beautifully put. Perfect way to end. So, dear listener, we leave you with this. How can you weave Celtic wisdom into your life?
What small changes, what practices?
To connect with nature, community, your own inner wisdom.
The journey awaits.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Celtic mysticism. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep seeking those sparks of wonder in the everyday.